Hi, in this episode we're going to talk about how to level up your character and your companions in Dragon Age Inquisition. Hi, welcome to another playing episode of Grey Lightning, my video blog about making things and playing games. And this is the 7th essential lesson for playing Dragon Age Inquisition. And it's about the process of leveling up your character and your companions in the game. So as you complete quests, you gain experience. And as you gain experience, when you reach certain points, you level up. And as you level up, you're given points that you can allocate for gaining new skills and new abilities. You make these decisions for yourself, for your character, and for your companions. And there are some important decisions you make in that process, and we're going to talk about that in this episode. You're notified when you can level up a character by this arrow that shows in the upper left-hand corner. This is over the Inquisitor icon, so that means I've leveled up and I have a point that I can allocate to gain new abilities. You manage the abilities of all of the characters in the character record in the hero menu. So here's the hero menu, and you push up on the stick to get to the character record. And you start out with your ability tree. Now, abilities are organized according to schools, and as a mage, there are 4 different schools that I can choose from: the Winter School, Inferno, Storm, and Spirit, and each one of these has a tree underneath it. There are 3 types of things in each tree. There's active abilities, upgrades to active abilities, and passive abilities. And you can't just get to anything in the tree. You have to do it in a top-down manner. The only abilities I can select are ones that are attached to either an ability I already have, like Chain Lightning, or one connected to the root of the tree, like Energy Barrage. When I pick an active ability that I'm going to need to use in battle, it's automatically assigned to open spots on my hotkeys. I have 4 hotkeys by default, and then when I hold the left trigger down, it gives me an additional 4 slots. So I'm going to go ahead and select Barrier as one of my active abilities, and it's automatically mapped to the right bumper, which was open in my hotkeys. So I just spent the 2 points I had, and a little bit later in the game I get another point by leveling up again. And now I'm going to go look at the upgrades for Barrier, the ability I picked last time, and I see that Energetic Defense is one version of the upgrade, and Elegant Defense is the second version. You toggle between those options and pick one. I also have points available to level up my companions, and one of the options you have for them is to push X and auto level up the abilities. And here's my advice: do not auto level up rogues or warriors. Both of those can take different types of weapons, and if you let the artificial intelligence choose for you, it will make mistakes. It is safe to use auto level for your mages because they can only have staffs. But for example, Iron Bull, who's a warrior, he could use weapon and shield, but traditionally he uses a 2-handed weapon. And so for him, you really need to go through and manually select his abilities. Another thing to keep in mind is you only have 8 slots available for active abilities, so you need to be very selective on which ones you pick there. You can monitor what slots are open in this panel in the lower right-hand side. And as it begins to fill up, you need to be more and more selective. Now, passive abilities, you can have as many as you want, so just go ahead and select any that are interesting. You also have the constraint of needing to pick something to get to a lower level of the tree. The other big thing you do is upgrade your active abilities, those 8 slots, and you're very selective also on what ones you pick there. On the Tactics tab in the character record, you can see a quick overview of what active abilities you have. And this becomes especially important when you start picking up accessories like rings that increase different abilities. So you have to allocate those rings based on which character has which abilities. And this is the quickest way to find out that for each of your characters. The attributes and behavior tabs I don't think you'll be needing on your early playthroughs. If you do feel like you've messed something up or you just change your mind about how you want to fight with different characters, there's an amulet available from merchants called the Tactician's Renewal, and any character that equips this, you'll get all of their ability points back to reallocate any way you'd like. So those are my tips and suggestions for leveling up. In our next episode, we'll talk about equipping gear for you and your companions.